Hello again, it's Noob, and here we have well, it's a Mortice cylinder, I believe they're called. It's similar to a rim lock, but it's a Ruko Flexcore one, which is very cool. And just look at that keyway, pretty cool, isn't it? It's paracentric, but you can get up in there with a thin enough pick. And just look at that bitting, that is, isn't that brilliant? That's so typically Ruko, isn't it? It sort of goes steps down to the lowest cut, then rapidly steps up to the highest cut. It's Ruko really know how to make a bitting. Let's just pop that in. Yeah, it just works so nicely. So how we're going to pick that? Well, I do have this 18 thousandths deep hook, and if we go in here, let's have a look. We can just about, don't know whether you can see, but just get up like that through the warding at an angle. Anything thicker than 18 thousandths, really struggle. Not saying it's not possible, but let's just say 18 thousandths seems to be the way to go. So yeah, let's throw this in a vise. What's quite nice is this has flat sides, which makes holding it in a vise a lot easier, which clearly that isn't their purpose or design, but I mean, wow, does it make it easier for us. Right, let me throw this in a vise, 2 secs. So we're in the vise. Got my trusty piece of bent wiper blade here, pop that in. Should provide some nice turning force at the top. Got my pick, and I'm just going to go in and feel around in here really. So it really does feel that pin 5's binding at the back. So only 5 pins this. I don't know what pins are in it either. That's a double click on that. I really don't know what's in here. I mean, it's a bit of a mystery. I don't think the Flexcore is a particularly high security model. That was 3. So we might be, that was 4, 5. Okay, back to the front. Pin, nothing on 1. Let's try 2. Oh, 2. Bit of a false set. It doesn't want to turn. So 1, 2, 3. Let's try 4 then. And 5. No, it feels good. So I reckon there must be something going on at the front here. So let's just try getting really high up into where pin 1 is. We'll get onto it. Feels good. 2 and we're open. There we go. So there feels like there's some type of spool in there. I don't really know. It feels like there is something to catch on these pins as well. Again, it's I don't fully know what's in here, but we've got the open, as you can see, so that's a good thing. Let's lock it back up, grab a screwdriver and try and get that back off. Again, I'm not opening this up, so luckily these screws have been undone before. So that whole cam piece there, just check that is the right size. That is the right size. Get a shim and the key. I just love that key, isn't it? It's just so cool. Give it a little turn, try and shove in a shim straight down the center like this, just in case something gets trapped. You never know what's in the back of these, do you? And then let's be brave and push it out and hope for the best. Very rainy day here in the UK, so yeah, just simple 5 pins. Oh, and unfortunately, making this an easier pick than it already was, seems to be some wafers. Oh, lots in there. But they are all, anything in there? No, nothing special going on there. They all were kept on the what side? The key pin side, which is a good thing. So we didn't take advantage of the extra help that those wafers would have given us. But interesting to see that there are so many master wafers in there. For those of you who aren't familiar, they would be used to allow a suite of locks to operate with like a master key. Yes, that's what I thought. There's weird little sort of barrel-y shaped, thin-lipped barrel type pins, and they feel somewhat like a serration when you catch on the lip, and somewhat like a spool, but very shallow otherwise. Yeah, so like a serrate spool. I don't know how to describe it. Very acer, and you can get really hung up on those little lips if you don't know what you're looking for, or don't know what you're feeling for, sorry, and they can really be a right pain. But yeah, very typical. So we did keep all of the wafers pin side, which means that we picked it to the right shear line, if that makes any sense. If you overpick them, and then the wafers will go up into the Bible like this. So we did do a proper pick of this one, and yeah, just those nice little acer spools. Normally there's like some form of counter milling or undercutting on these, or like a core sheath, but I can't see anything. It seems to be like a little lip there, but I think that's, I don't know what that is. I don't think it's actually cut in. I don't think so anyway. Can you see what I'm talking about? It seems to be like a tiny little groove. Let me get a pick and have a feel there. It's almost imperceptible. I don't think that's meant to be like undercutting or anything there. So yeah, there you go. That was the oh, got some springs coming out now. This is the Ruko Flexcore Mortice cylinder. Very cool little lock. Great bitting on that key. Not super hard to pick with its 5 pins, but still a lot of fun. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, now's a great time to subscribe for more content like this. Any comments about this lock, leave them below. I do read them all, reply to as many as I can, and of course, I'll see you all next time.